away goes that.
Go people, welcome back to T-Boys TV, or welcome to T-Boys TV if you're new. Obviously, we are back for a Hat Show, episode 94, you know what I'm saying, and we're back again for the massive one, the fixture everyone looks out for. And hopefully it's not quite like last time where we're confident and then you know what happened. But obviously, like always, I'm joined with my dad. How are we, Dad?
Yeah, all good, mate. Hope everyone's cool, well, enjoying the nice weather and stuff.
Yeah. Well, where I am, it's been very inconsistent. Do you know what I mean? It's been a bit like a lot of the teams in the Championship, I can't lie. But obviously, in today's one, we're just getting straight into the game because obviously we already spoke about the Sunderland game before the international break. And thank God we're back from that as well. But I'll fly through some comments before we get into, a bit more into detail with this game. Oi, says David, big up yourself, mate. Big up Stephen as well. Big up Ty. He's also said oi in his other account. So there you go. He's got two new picture as well. So that's at Kenilworth Road as well. Yeah, exactly, mate. And Stephen says evening to you as well, Dad. Loving this downpour. But yeah, let's get into it. So obviously, we know this is the massive one. The massive one. Like I said, we all look for this fixture. Obviously, since we've been in the same league as obviously Watford at Kenilworth Road. First time we're playing them with fans at home since 2005. I think that was a draw back then. I think it was a 1-1 if I'm correct. Obviously, I wouldn't know because I was only 2, I think, maybe not even that. Obviously, it's been a while. Obviously, I've seen 3 games like proper of this derby. Obviously, the 2 with no fans. And then obviously they won at theirs, we won at ours, and then obviously this season earlier on. And what the way I've seen it, obviously you'd have seen it a lot more than me, Dad, but obviously the ways I've seen it, the team that tends to be at home tends to win. That's what usually happens. But it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Obviously, I will go a bit into it, preview and all that. And obviously I'll ask my dad how he's feeling going into this one. So obviously it's Derby Day in Bedfordshire this weekend. So obviously Luton host Watford at Kenilworth Road in the Championship. The Hatters will pick up where they left off, obviously before the international break. Unbeaten March. So obviously we had a really good month, as we know. While Watford will look to attack the playoff places under new manager for the 1000th time. Don't say that, but I said that. Wilder. It's what Rob Edwards has said going into it. Obviously, they asked him about will he have a final message, and he said, we always have a final message. That'll be no different, but I'm expecting that to be a little bit easier this time, said Edwards. Our supporters has obviously been incredible since we've come in, home and away, but I'm expecting this one to be a bit livelier than any other game that we've had so far. He also says, I'm expecting that when the lads warm up for it to be loud and pretty raucous then. So I think the lads will feel it. It's a little bit different when they're out there. Even in the warm-up, our supporters can help with the rally call before the game anyway. Bit about the opposition. Obviously, Watford. They're currently sitting in 10th in the Championship. Saturday's game will mark Wilder's 4th game in charge. The visitors responded to their defeat at QPR with an emphatic win over Birmingham before sharing points with Wigan, obviously in the last game. Kean Davies, currently on loan from Villa, scored twice in his last 2 games and scored in the reverse fixture back in October. Pedro's return from injury has come at a good time for them. They've lost just 2 games since he's come back at the start of February. Obviously, last time we met at Kenilworth Road, obviously we watched that one together, Dad. You know what I mean? James Collins literally come on and scored. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I remember that game we was just in control for most of it, to be honest. That's a bit about it. We actually have to have a look at the officials nowadays, you know what I mean? So the referee's going to be Josh Smith. He refereed our draw away at Preston, the 1-1. He's taken charge of 25 games this season, 22 of which were in the Championship. So at least he's actually got Championship experience, unlike the last one. Handed out 111 yellow cards, 4 red cards. Jesus, that's mad. So yeah, that's a bit about that. And then a bit more into it. Luton have won just one of their last 12 league games against Watford. Drawn 7, lost 4, and then obviously the win there was the one that I just mentioned there. Watford are looking to complete first league double over rivals Luton since their 1986-87 top flight campaign. It's obviously been a while. Luton have had the fewest sequences of 10 or more open play passes in the Championship this season, 71. 35% of the distance covered in Luton's sequences this season have been upfield, the highest percentage of directness in the division. Watford have lost their last 2 away Championship matches. They haven't lost 3 in a row at this level since a run of 4 between April and August 2014. That'd be a very good thing to break. We'll see if we got something. And then the last one, since his Championship debut for Luton, Drame has created more chances in the division than any other defender, 15. Drame has also assisted a goal in each of his last 2 appearances, doing so against Bristol City, obviously the cross for Morris, and then Sunderland, a little layoff to Doherty. So that's a bit of insight and all of that going into it. After saying all that, Dad, talk to me. How are you feeling going into this one?
Listen, I am confident. Yeah, I am. And I know we said that last time, but there's certain factors that maybe you can go into, do you know what I mean? And there's stats there and stuff. They're not really going to make much difference to this. Yeah, we lost the last game quite easily, capitulated. It was a nightmare day from thing anyway, because I think, did it kick off at 12?
Yeah, it was 12.
It kicked off half 12, so I missed the first goal, which was in the first minute, and then by then it was just a nightmare. Do you know what I mean? They just didn't. They played the occasion and not the team. Whereas before, we had a much weaker team. They arguably probably had a stronger team when we beat them at home, and we played them off the park in that game. So it's just swings and roundabouts. So on this occasion, you can see that we're doing better in the league. Fans will be there this time, and that will make a huge difference. But there's other factors in it that just swing towards us, and we've got enough. We've got enough. And some of the football that we've been playing in the build up to this game has been pretty decent. Do you know what I mean? Who was their manager when they? It was Bilic, wasn't it?
Bilic, yeah, he didn't even know. That's what made it annoying. He didn't even know about the derby until like a week before.
Players were up for it the last time. They were really up for it, and
they were.
They were almost taking the piss. And it was quite frustrating. But a lot of the team that started that day will not be starting. We've got better players. We've got better quality on the pitch than we did in that game in certain positions, vital positions. And I know for a fact the players are going to be well up for it. They've been up for it since it happened. And a whole lot has changed since then. We've proven to be better than them. They struggle for goals. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be one heck of a game, but I just think this is where. Don't like to use the word the changing of the guard, really, because then we've always had a superior, head-to-head overall. And, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, they were in the Premier League, but they didn't get like 50, 60 points deductions and then come all the way back up the leads without spending money and cheating the loan system. Mate, this can go on, You can sit there and joke about it, whatever. I know there's lurkers or whatever, but it's facts, yeah? So, you know, when they went up a few years ago, they loaned some players from their sister team or whatever. And then that loophole was closed the following season, you know, just things like that. So, you know, we've come back, you know, we've been battered, bruised, you know, fucked around by the FA, etc., etc., and we've bounced back, mate. And this is the changing, mate. This is where the confirmation is going to be, right? So that regardless, and also regardless of the result, I think we're going to win. But even if we don't, we're getting in the playoffs and potentially going up. We're ahead. We're ahead. You know, because they've got that foundation there, that they only need really someone to come in and certain things to happen. But I think there's probably a lot going on behind the scenes that's going to mess them up. If teams like Reading, you know, Birmingham, all these teams consistently getting in shit, Watford would be up there, right, at some point, and getting points deductions and this, that, and the other. You know, I've said it for ages anyway. It's coming. It's coming. You know, you know, we're on our up, they're on their down. I've said it for a good couple of years now. And this is going to be, for me, a pivotal moment. I take that 4-0 loss all day long to be in the position where we are now and beating tomorrow, and pretty much guarantee our playoff place and end theirs. Yeah, you can have that 4-0 all day long, mate. You can have it with roses, milk tray, champagne. You can have, you know what I mean? You can dine out on that shit. But we'll see. Tomorrow is where it's a full flip, mate. That's what I feel like.
Nice. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of things, you know, you have to look at, you know, going into this, which I think, you know, I don't want to say benefits us, but gives us more of an advantage, to be honest, even though it is a derby, you know, form goes out the window. I think the Rob Edwards factor is massive. You know, the way they disrespected him as well. You know, he weren't even far off the playoffs.
Yeah, and like he said, like
two or three points, something like that.
Yeah, it's not about him. No, it ain't. But the players will want to also do it.
Yeah.
In general,
want to
do it
exactly
for that reason as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, retribution. It's called karma, mate, as well. That's going to be in there.
Exactly.
So yeah, it all points towards that.
And another thing, you know, we talked about the last game and that, you know, the lineup we had. You know, don't get me wrong, we did have a lot of players that we do, you know, play regularly now, but there's a lot of players there. You know, as much as Freeman had a good start, you haven't seen the guy for I know he's been out and that, but even then, even when he's come back, he's not a player for me that's just going to get straight in. You know, it's not like he's one of them we're missing in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we also had Bradley, who, you know, he's coming back slowly from injury, but again, he's not going to just get in there. You know, and we know he does. You know, I feel, as much as I like Sonny Bradley, I do feel he does have a mistake in him.
Yeah, well, he had quite a poor start, didn't he, to the season, and that was part of that.
And the way Lockyer and that have been, they're just so solid, you know, at the moment. You know, I'll just look at the lineup. You know, I look at certain players that were playing. You know, Clark was in midfield, but he wasn't where he usually is as well. You know, he was in the middle. You know, he wasn't in that cam. I feel I don't really like when he plays as in that middle, because I just feel
strikers hadn't really got started either.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't really have his, you know, with Clark. I just feel he's better attacking. You know, going forward at players as much as he does. I do see him win aerial battles, and I am pretty impressed when he does, considering the height. Overall, it's not really ideal in my opinion. I'd like to say I feel he's better attacking. You know, and yeah. It was just one. And they're the main three for me. Well, I say main four if you include, you know, that sort of thing. The Freeman, Clark, Bradley. Oh no, yeah, that is three. Sorry. So, you know, I look at that stuff as well. To be honest. So yeah, that's that. Let's go through some comments. Big up Lewis says evening. Hoping all is well. Yep, we're good. Thanks, mate. Hope you're well. David can't wait, no sleep tonight. Bloody hell. Well, I'm definitely going to sleep, mate. Do you know what I mean? Well, I'll try to anyway. Oh, dear. Huge game. 3 points is the objective. Absolutely. with the 12th man. Yep, no, exactly. I see this thing before we went live, Shay basically urging for the crowd to be on it. And I know for a fact we will anyway. Exactly. And, you know, thanks to Mike, you know, I've got a ticket in the main stand for this game. So it's going to be crazy there, you know what I mean? It's going to be crazy throughout. Yeah, but it's just crazy, mate. So yeah, proper facts says Stephen. There you go with that. But yeah, I suppose now we'll just get into the lineup. We'll go with, obviously we'll do the usual. Injury. Oh, well, to be fair, we haven't really got. Obviously, we've got a few players out, but the main sort of ones I'd go with, I don't think are out anyway. Really. Let me just go to the formation. Usually go with that one. So obviously Ethan at goal. You know, as much as no one was great in the first fixture, I do remember he had a bit of a howler, but he's had rare howlers this season, you know, and throughout the season I've been very, very impressed with him. You know, I know the amount of times I've said, you know,
yeah, I'd like to touch on that.
A lot of shots he couldn't save, and I think that was the first. But the thing is, because I looked back at my watch along, it seemed like he'd done something bad, but I don't even remember it today. Usually my memory is pretty good at that, so it couldn't have been as bad as maybe like West Brom game, for example.
The thing is, a lot of them players have since improved massively. I'm talking massively. Do you know what I mean? So that, whereas their players, yeah, they obviously got their technicians, they got former Premier League players in there, whatever. Yeah, so they've got that little bit of extra quality, but team ethics, you know, working together, etc., they definitely haven't got that, man. Otherwise, they would be in the playoffs, mate. They wouldn't be drawing to Wigan. They'd be continuing to pump out these results. You know what I mean? Arguably, people say they've got the best attacking line in the league, and you know, you could possibly say that. Do you know what I mean? But you know, that's where we know that in the last game they were up for it, and they probably will be in this game. But we've moved up a level from then, and that's what we will be showing.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I just thought.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know, I think with them as well, it comes down to a lot of, you know, players are individuals at their club. They haven't got the team spirit that we have, in my opinion. You know, they'll sit there and, you know, look at it all, probably banter the reverse fixture. But I'm telling you now, mate, it's going to be completely different. Yeah, no way is that happening again. No chance, mate. And I'll say that with chest. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Billy's putting his score predictions, so I'll start that and then I'll go through it at the end. So yeah, no. Apparently, Luton fans are talking about that, and no, apparently it got done, so he will be available. It went up until the Wednesday, I want to say. I don't know. Luton, you know, they were talking about on a coach, and it should be all right.
Definitely not the case, because it would have been confirmed or something by now.
We was thinking, and then it was all right. It was all right in the end. Like, a lot of Luton fans were saying it weren't just like a couple. It was a lot. So yeah, big up Kieran in the chat as well. Obviously a Luton fan. He said big game tomorrow. Absolutely massive, mate. Absolutely massive. Like I said, it's the fixture. We'll, you know, when we're in the same league, we'll you know, go and look at straight away. So yeah, absolutely massive, mate. But yeah, so obviously the lineup, like I said, Ethan in goal for me. The back three, without a shadow of a doubt, Lockyer in the middle of it. Didn't get any minutes for Wales. Not really surprised, because the manager's a tool, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's sort of good, because obviously we know he'll be raring to go in this one. On that right side, I think you got to go Osho, really, ain't you? You know, he's been really good.
He'll redeem himself in this game.
Exactly. And I was going to say, as much as he did get a red card, I think he was the only player that showed proper passion that last game. I'm not going to lie. So I'll definitely go with him. And he's been brilliant recently. So I'll definitely go with him. Left side, probably go Bell there, to be honest. Obviously he's done very well. He did play a full 90 minutes for Jamaica. I did watch that game. I actually stayed up and watched it. And he was all right. He was all right, to be honest. The first goal, I won't just, say he could have done better. I felt the other player could have done better as well, because then it made Bell step out. But overall, he done well. And that's a good result. Well, I think, draw against Mexico away.
But I think it ended there. They needed to win, I think.
Yeah. Well, them two, I looked in their group. There's only 3 teams in that group, which, I don't know, it's a bit interesting. But they're well ahead anyway, them two. So I think it might just be, if they finish top, they might have got a so-called easier team or etc. The fullbacks, you've obviously got to go, based on what we heard on that right, you've got to go Dre, mate. And also, he's a good player, as we know anyway, Premier League quality. On the left, see Doherty, scored in the last game. He's a guy you have to put in the team really at the moment. Since, like I said, you could put it up there. Has he been the best player since Rob Edwards has come in? For me, he's definitely up there.
But other players have just stepped up as well, and I think Doughty wasn't even. I don't think he was involved in the 4-0, was he?
No, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, he actually started that game.
Well, that must have been like his first game or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was injured for a while as well. But anyway, he's definitely moved on since then. Anyway, that's right. And Dre, mate, they weren't in the first game, and then
exactly.
Going to talk about now probably. You know what I mean? Again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then moving on to the midfield. Now, what I would like to say, obviously, not that I've heard anything, as much as they said weeks, not months. Gutted. Unless I'm proven wrong, but I can't see it. Now, Ruddock will not be playing for this one. Obviously, he's been at Luton for years upon years. And, mate, I actually think he would have a great game, honestly, if he played in this one. But doesn't look like that would be the case, unfortunately. So midfield, I would go with, I think it speaks for itself, really, doesn't it, to be honest? Campbell, who obviously watched Scotland on, obviously didn't get picked, unfortunately, but Scotland actually done pretty impressive. Can't lie, so I'm sure he's happy with that. And then obviously on the other side, Canberra. So again, player you can see, say why is it not coming up? It's Premier League quality. In the cam, obviously Clark. I'm going to see him better in this position this time round compared to where he was last time. And then up front, I think that speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? Elijah and Morris. That speaks for all. No, that one. I think that speaks for itself, to be honest. That's the lineup I'd go with. Pretty straightforward for me, to be honest. Any changes you'd make to that, Dad?
No, not at all. Not unless they're enforced. You got to go with that. The informed, potentially best available. Probably the best players at the moment, really. Do you know what I mean? So, absolutely, no changes whatsoever.
There you go. Let me go through some comments. Make sure to get in your school predictions as well, because we will be doing that next. Shane couldn't get a ticket. Yeah, like I said, mate, I'm greatly appreciated that I'm able to go, and that's why I'm thankful for the position I'm in as well, when it comes to YouTube as well, because that's actually how I got my ticket when you think about it, because I wouldn't have got the opportunity otherwise, because I don't have a season ticket or anything. So, yeah, man. It's one of them, man. But hopefully, you can find a way of watching it. I'm sure you can. And man, hopefully it's going to be a good one for us. And I hope so, Waste, mate. Well, of course, we all hope so in the chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there is a game, it will be, mate. It will definitely be this one. So yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully, it will be. So yeah, no, yeah, it's going to be mad. Hopefully. So yeah. Didn't mean to click on Nightbot. Meant to click on Jackie's comment. Hi to both of you. Luton 2, Shitford 1, Elijah and Morris.
Say it loud, and say it proud. I mean, Shitford.
Trust me. Oh no, actually, I'll save that for tomorrow. Someone in the Kenny yesterday has had 2 spare. Oh, okay, fair enough, mate. But yeah, no, that would be very good. But Dad, it is our time.
Mate,
score predictions.
I don't know, man.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, because I've got a whirlwind of things that
Okay, and I've already done mine. To be
I
fair.
want to happen, should happen. You know, like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go through mine. Like I said, I've got mine out of the way already on my championship predictions. Obviously, if you missed it, I've gone 1-0 Luton. I do think Watford will turn up and they will make it difficult, or at least try to. But I just think we'll do it. I just think there's a lot of things that will factor us to do it this time. You know, the Rob Edwards thing massively, being at Kenilworth Road. You know, like I said, that the team that tends to be at home tends to win. You know, so, you know, I don't really look at the things, we're in a better position. Obviously, we definitely are, but, you know, form tends to go out the window in Derby. So it's more their Rob Edwards factor and it being at our ground for me. So, yeah, 1-0 for me.
Mate.
Oh, yeah. Are you still thinking?
No, because I know they're going to turn up, and I cannot see us keeping a clean sheet. And I know we've had like 4-1.
Yeah, I think 1-0 is the go-to prediction at the moment.
They are going to turn up, but I know we are. So I've got a feeling it's going to be one of them topsy-turvy things. But I do think we'll snatch. We won't snatch victory because we'll deserve it, but I feel like it's going to be one of them moments, mate. One of them great moments at the Kenny, you know, where we get that 3-2 win. Someone scores, you know, Naismith against Bournemouth.
Yeah,
mate, we've had West Ham. We've had so many games like that, and I think this. Considering the Derby, the quality they have got, which will suddenly turn up at Luton, they won't want to lose. Because basically, we haven't even discussed this. The pressure has to be on them more. Because actually, if you think about it, quite more, we could afford to lose this game. And that sounds ridiculous, but that's the position we're in.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Everyone, most people said, they have
the
former Premier League team. Yeah.
They've got to start picking up wins now. There's 8 games to go or whatever, and they come quickly. You know, 2 of them will be over by the end of 3 of them by next weekend will be done. Yeah, so you've got to be on it. And I just think we've got that edge. Like I just said earlier, it's the turnaround. It's I've waited a long time for this, and you know, we've done it the right way. The Rob Edwards factor is going to make a difference. The whole fans being there, rocking, who haven't been there for so long.
Yeah.
Mate, it is going to be one of them. I'm going 3-2.
Yeah, nice. So you got a hefty load of goal scorers. Who do you reckon's gonna bag the goals? For me, I'm gonna go Morris. I think Morris is.
Morris is definitely going to score for me.
I could just see him scoring and celebrating right in front of the fans.
Lockyer.
Oh yeah, he would definitely. If he was at the near the away, he'd definitely celebrate.
And I'm going to go Alfie Dowling.
Nice. That'd be 2 out of 2 for him, which will be very good considering obviously the position he plays. So there you go with that. Let's go through your predictions. Jeez, now that would be nice. David's gone 3-0 Town redemption. That would be very nice. Do you know what I mean? Oh, mate, that would be class. Stephen, don't shy away. Yeah, well, trust me, if we do get a result, mate, I'm off the leash, mate. Trust me. Lockyer will be well up for it, exactly. And to be fair, you know, he has been absolutely phenomenal this season. Like we say, you know, considering, you know, we thought, and he thought himself, you know, he said it, you know, struggling for places.
Yeah, we can talk about, you know, that Keenan Davis is a decent player, you know.
Yeah, he is.
You know, and we obviously know about, you know, Pedro and who else? Saar, not so much for me. Loser.
No, he didn't do nothing last time.
Do you know what I mean? They've got that, and they'll be up for it, and you know they will be able to showcase that stuff. But we just need to be on it, and we've got to deal with it, and show them our football as well, because we can play football when we want to play football.
Exactly, and also, you know, with Lockyer as well, you know, the amount of games I see him do these vital blocks. Even though he lost his head a little bit at Sunderland, you know, there was still 2 moments before that where he was just absolutely phenomenal. You know, Blackpool away. That is the one I'm probably never going to forget. You know, considering the Potts, you know, because that's when Potts was, you know, doing well, putting in a very good shift. You know, and we was a bit gutted that he was coming off, obviously because the situations we have with injuries and that throughout last season as well. It was just brilliant
because it was Nathan Jones's last game where we saw him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly, yeah. No, exactly. But yeah, no, definitely.
We'll just play with it. They'll be trying to get in our faces straight away, trying to do this, that, and the other. But they've got a lot of weaknesses. Like, I've seen a lot of teams go at them from the whistle, and we tend to score early as well. And you know they're just not up for it. I've seen it in a few games, mate. Where you know they've been all over the place. So you know. And they keep shifting these managers and this, that, and the other. And it all depends on the tactics. Like, because the manager's going to speak, but I just think it's not going to gel with what the manager's saying and what they want to do. And that's going to be our advantage. But yeah, I know how it is with Luton as well. Like, you know, there's always some drama. Like the Apple, you know, they'll get a penalty or some bollocks will happen, which will make it more difficult than it should be. But I still think we'll do it. And then that's it. Then you know you got to lose, depending on other results. You got to lose 4 games on a trot to get out of the playoffs. It's not going to happen. You know, so you just need to keep that focus as well. We don't really need to kick up the backside. I don't think it's not one of them.
No.
To you know bring us down to earth or whatever as they say, because we are playing good football. I mean, the Bristol City game was ridiculous. I mean, I ain't seen Luton play like that for a long time. You know, they absolutely played them off the park. And that was against a team who was in form, probably in better form than Watford are. And we only beat them 1-0. You know, the goals will eventually start, you know. I mean, and we're still getting underestimated by certain pundits. I see someone the other, Torrance Sorensen, who used to play for Stoke in goal, like taking and Millwall, he was saying, or they're not going to offer nothing to the Premier League. They, you know, this, that, and the other. Like, for me, it's Middlesbrough, you know, or whatever. And I'm just thinking, mate, you clearly haven't watched any games this season, mate. You're clearly just basing it on this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, who the fuck are you anyway, really? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, and you know, and how many times the players you can see they're playing better. They're confident on the ball. We are, without doubt, playing better football under Rob Edwards than we was. Nathan Jones just, you know, we did it like I said before in League One and that battering out, playing team proper. You could see it, you know, but he just started to turn towards this. Hit it long, like, be more direct constantly. And
exactly.
We've got footballers, decent players. Yeah, they might not be Premier League, you know, or whatever, but a lot of them have come, you know, they're still decent footballers.
Yeah, exactly.
Improve if you're allowed to play that way. If you don't play that way, you're never going to improve, are you? Because you're constantly just hitting it long or looking for this and looking for that. We've got a bit about that in us. And I looked in the last game, when they beat us 4-0, I know they'd sacked Rob Edwards by then, but according to one of the websites, it says that Richie, what's his surname?
No, can't even remember.
Richie was the system, like, you know, he was on their coaching staff at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if that's incorrect. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because don't they usually go with? Yeah, you'd usually go with the manager.
I'm not sure, but
yeah, true.
I think he was there, like, so. You know, if he was, then you know he can. He's got that to his advantage. Well, I was at that game. Let's look at what happened here. The out of possession, you were basically terrible. He was. That was our midfield was non-existent. You know, there's reasons for a defeat. It's not weren't. Oh, clearly, it wasn't. Oh, they're much better than you. Well, over the season, they're not. And actually, we've lost the second least amount of games in the league. So, you know, there's obviously reasons for it. And I know Nathan Jones come out and said, oh, well, actually, there was a bug going around and all this. Nah, not for me.
I don't buy into that either.
You know, Osho come on, got sent off because of a reckless challenge and that, but he was, and then saying, oh, yeah, it's a stupid thing what he done. Now he's out for 3 games. He knows his injuries, rare. Like, yeah, but, you know, obviously we like Nathan Jones. Let's just not that. But sometimes the way he said things,
and that was why he got a lot of heat from.
So I mean,
yeah.
What about the rest of the players on the pitch? They just didn't do nothing. What was your midfield about? You know, it's done. Yeah. It's dusted. We're already, like, this is the thing about the club. The decisions generally made 99% of the time with coaches, players, things like that are correct and work. And this is proven to be that. And yeah, karma for Rob Edwards, mate. He deserves it.
100%.
So
no, absolutely.
3-2, mate. Bring it on. Bring the goals. Have a goal. Be owned by 5. Ready for the boxing.
Oh dear. Yeah, Kieran's gone Clark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many players that are just going to be up for this game.
Yeah, and I think, like I said earlier, I just think he'll be so much better equipped for this game because he'll be playing in that cam position. You know, last time he was in the middle. And as much as I've seen him in battles there and I've been impressed with him, overall, we know going forward and, you know, taking on players, putting that through pass, we know he's better at that. So
in certain big games or whatever, because this is classed as a big game. We've got, like, because of where we are and where they are, where they want to be and where we just need to maintain, they tend to get a lot of players sent off against us. You know, they did it in the 1-0 game. I know we got Osho, it rarely happens, but when they play at Kenilworth Road, they tend to get overexcited, frustrated, and end up getting players sent off. And I think that's something to do with the crowd as an effect. You know,
close to the
they're gonna get so much stick, mate. It's
real. I can already picture it.
And they haven't felt that. It was all right when they was at their ground and they gave us 10 tickets or whatever it was, in a little corner of their stadium. Now it's switched fully around, mate. So that is going to make a massive impact, mate. And some of them players won't have experienced that. Definitely not. Do you know what I mean? So
exactly that.
Bring it on, mate.
Stephen already getting in the chance. I'm going to save my voice, mate. I'll save my voice.
Mate, hopefully someone makes up some other song relating to you know.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I'd love to see Lockyer score. Whoever scores it, it'd be legendary, but definitely Lockyer. Because I could just imagine if it is that end, he'll just celebrate right in front of him, like he did against Bristol City last season. Oh, could you see that? Yeah. No, to be fair, I do as well.
Yeah, it continues. It's embarrassing, like, do you know what I mean?
No, I agree. It's embarrassing.
It's just downright disrespectful, as simple as that.
Yeah, and that's what's embarrassing, how disrespectful it is.
You know what I
mean? Yeah, no, exactly. So, yeah, there we go with that one. And also, nearly forgot Billy's prediction. He says, hello, I reckon it'll be 2-1 to Luton. I can't say dinner will be done. No problem, mate. I'm sure you'll watch this back. But yeah, 2-1, that would be nice. As well, of course, any sort of win would be nice over these lot. So yeah, that is that. But Dad, any final thoughts or final things you'd like to say?
Getting there, enjoy this turnaround, mate, because it's happening and it's coming. Simple as that. This is like the final when you're breaking into a safe or whatever. Not that I've done that. You've got the final flipping dial and it clicks into place and opens. That's what this is, mate. The turnaround, the turnover. See you downstairs, boys. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there you go. There you go. But yeah, no, I haven't really got much else to say. Like I said, I'm very,
you're going to be in it, mate. You're going to be in.
Yeah. It's just crazy to think that. I never thought
you are going to feel.
I never thought I'd be at one of the games this season, let alone.
I know, like bringing you up and it's like you're Luton. Then you went for a phase or whatever. But this is the game where you're going to see. I mean, I opportunity to go, but when I was younger, circumstances now, I could just watch them on the TV, and that was whatever. But this is where you're going to feel like a proper Luton fan, and that's just going to. If there is any it ain't been zipped up properly, this is it, mate. Fully locked. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is Kieran's last words.
It's an emotional one for you,
like that one, like them last words.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. The amount of people. I try and actually, a lot of my mates, I try and tell them, trust me, Luton are going to start, being up there. So you need to start putting respect on our names. A lot of people, I speak to are, just trying to get it more out there. Big up yourself, mate. Just come in and violate Watford. We love that. And just say, come on, Luton. No, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But yeah, obviously, match day vlog tomorrow. Oh, flipping hell. It's going to be absolutely mental. And potentially, my stepdad's found me a thing. It's like a mic where I can just plug it into my phone and it blocks out the background noise, apparently. And apparently, it's got very high reviews and that. Like,
yeah.
So hopefully, we can start match reactions proper tomorrow. So if that is the case, I will let you lot know on the socials. Make sure you are following them, the Instagrams and all of that. And I'll let you know because it should actually arrive today, apparently. So if it does, it does. Obviously, if it doesn't, then I'll just be doing the vlog. But yeah, I've always wanted to do it. It's just the problem I've always had is days where it's windy. I don't want to risk it because I have a feeling we'll do a good video and then it will just cut it out. But with this, it should actually do a job. So yeah, there we go with that one. Stephen's last words. Loving the last words from him as well. Says, let's fucking have it. So yeah, no, absolutely. And hopefully, mate, this is a bit of a reality check to where both teams are now as well, when it comes to that sort of thing, like we mentioned earlier. But yeah, there you go, people. That is episode 94 of the Hatter Show done. So yeah, big up yourselves. And hopefully match reactions as well as a vlog, but if not, just a vlog. But like I said, I'll let you lot know on the socials. And I'll probably put it on a community post as well, because I know a lot of people don't have certain social medias. So yeah, I'll put it out there as well. So make sure you keep an eye on that, whether not, I will have a setup for everything like that. So yeah, last time my dad's going to see you lot, and obviously last time I'm going to see you lot proper up until this game. So hopefully get the revenge in that sense and dimmen Watford's player hopes. So yeah, there we go. Come on, you Hatters. Let's do it. Take care and peace.